Hello, my name's Mark Shostak. I'm one of the owners of this Applebee's restaurant. I also serve as the executive chairman of our family's restaurant business. Today, I want to talk to you about two very important things. First, the history of our company, how we got started, our early beginnings. Next, I want to talk to you about our vision, lead the way, what we strive for. And then our mission statement, a talented team that proudly delights our guests and increase company profits for the benefit of all. How we got started, our history, our early beginnings. We opened up our first restaurant in a small town in Alpena, Michigan. From there, we opened up other Burger King restaurants in other small towns in northern Michigan. We learned three very important lessons or takeaways from our experience in the small towns that today still shape our operating culture. Number one, we learned how important it was to delight our guests. In a small town, everybody knows everybody, and very important to delight our guests. Otherwise, very quickly, you could have a bad reputation in town. So delighting our guests was so important to us. Next, in the small towns, we don't do the same type of sales volume that we do in major metro areas. Our sales volumes are just not as high in a smaller town. So it's very important for us to really learn how to control our costs. And as a result, controlling our costs became part of our operating culture. The next lesson we learned was how important it was to be involved in the community, to support the community and become active in the community. We learned that if we had community engagement, the community would support us and we would have a very successful restaurant business. Our vision, what we strive for, lead the way. There was a time in our company's history where we were not very proud of our restaurants. And we decided that we needed to go through a cultural change to make us a better operator. One of the first things we did to start our culture change is we wanted to decide what we wanted to be and what was really important to us. We decided that we wanted to be a great restaurant company. We wanted to be the best restaurants in the communities we served. So we developed our vision built around lead the way. Lead the way simply means to be the best and to lead the way in everything that we do. Our mission statement, how we do it. For us to lead the way, we decided that we had to do a couple things really, really well in our restaurants. We had to attract, develop, train, and retain a talented workforce. That became our mission statement. A talented team that proudly delights our guests and increases company profits for the benefit of all. In closing, for our restaurant company to be successful, everybody on the team, from front of the house to the back of the house, servers, bartenders, cooks, carside, and the whole management team needs to clearly understand our vision and our mission and live it each and every day. Now, I will turn this over to Bill Angot, who will talk about our four important core values. Our people, delight our guests, act with integrity, and achieve results.
Thank you, Mark. My name is Bill Angot. I'm the president of Team Shostak Family Restaurants. I want to spend a few minutes today talking about our four core values: our people, delight our guests, act with integrity, and achieve results. And our core values are very important to us because they guide how we act. And each one of our core values has descriptive phrases that provide examples of how we act. Our people comes directly from our mission statement. It's the talented team. And it's important that the talented team is trained properly and developed so they can perform at an exceptional level. And it's important for us, when someone does perform at that exceptional level, to reward them and recognize them for their achievements. We're also a family-owned business. The balance between work life and home life is very important to us because we believe the whole person comes to work each day. It's also critical that each and every one of our restaurants has a family atmosphere, and that family atmosphere comes directly from everyone on the team. Delight our guests also is derived from our mission statement. But before we can delight a guest, we must first satisfy their needs. Every guest that walks in the door wants hot and fresh food, served friendly and fast in a clean and safe restaurant. And we have to meet those expectations each and every shift. But within that eating occasion, we also have to look for opportunities to exceed expectations, to truly delight our guests, because that's what makes them come back more often. Act with integrity is about trust, honesty, respect, words we're very familiar with. It's also about being candid. Just like we want to recognize great achievement, when performance falls below the level it should, we're also going to acknowledge that. For us to lead the way, it's important every team member performs at a high level. Achieved results came from our study of successful companies. And we found that they had three things in common. First, they all showed that they were highly disciplined. They did what they were supposed to do, executed on their systems and processes each and every day. They also executed at an extremely high level, consistently. And lastly, they held each other accountable for their performance and achieved results. These are our 4 core values. It is how we act, and one of the main components of why we will lead the way. I would like to introduce John Andrews, our Vice President of Operations, who will talk specifically about what your role is to help us lead the way.
Welcome to Team Shostak Family Restaurants. We're so happy you decided to join us. My name is John Andrews. I'm the Vice President of Operations for Applebee's. I want to talk to you about 3 objectives today. I want to welcome you to the team, create a sense of belonging, and lastly, I want to set expectations and role clarity around your position. You know, Mark and Bill talked about vision, mission, and core values. I'd like to talk to you about your role in ensuring that we deliver on our most critical core values of delighting our guests and creating a guest-centric culture, which is one of our strategic priorities. You know, so much about what we do in this industry boils down to how we make the guests feel. We need to be disciplined, we need to be consistent, and we need to execute at a high level each and every day for every guest. It will take you knowing standards, systems, recipes, and our products. So what I'd like to do is talk to you about your role in ensuring that we do that regardless of what position, whether you're a server, whether you're a bartender, whether you're a host, or whether you're a line cook. We're going to start with the first and last impression of every guest entering our restaurant, the host stand. The host's purpose is to ensure that you make the guests feel like they made a great decision to dine here in your neighborhood Applebee's. You're the first impression and the last impression. You control the pace and energy. Teamwork and communication is key. You have to welcome every guest like they were a valued guest in your home. You have to thank them for coming in, and lastly, you have to invite them back in for something specific, to see our happy hour, our late night, or come in to see us at Mother's Day. The guest experience starts and ends with you. Servers, you want to greet the guests promptly. Introduce yourself. Guide the guests through the experience. Be attentive and friendly at all times. Remember, you're a salesperson. Know what you're selling. Promote the restaurant through specific food and beverage features. Bartenders, our neighborhood bar culture starts with our people. We're looking for professional bartenders that are thermostats, not thermometers, and can take control over the environment and the guest experience. Our professional bartender skills are rooted in our neighborhood bar foundation and has 3 parts: being set for success every shift, every day. Recipe adherence 100% of the time. If you don't know the drink, don't guess, look it up. And nobody waits. Nothing trumps the guest, and we must always have a sense of urgency towards taking care of our guest. If we execute on our foundation, we can ensure that we are the best neighborhood grill and bar in town. Back of the house, let's start with the cooks. Culinary pride, fast and friendly, fresh and hot, in a clean and safe restaurant. You're in charge of freshness, quality, and consistency. Every plate right, every day, 14 shifts a week. You are the engine room, the heart of the restaurant. You know, all items need to be executed to recipe under 12 minutes, clean, pretty plates in a military organized and hospital clean environment. Teamwork is critical. Expediters, you are the quarterback. You're charged with identifying, resolving, and preventing potential problems, ensuring every plate is right, fresh, and timely. You are the communications filter between the front and the back of the house. Dishwashers, you play a critical role. We cannot service the guests without your work. Military organized and hospital clean all starts and ends with you. You touch every plate, therefore every team member and guest is impacted by the quality of your work. Prep, you're charged with ensuring every plate is right, because if it's not prepped correctly, we cannot get the end product right. You have impact on quality, freshness, and cost. Your attention to detail and safety are critical. Carside, you're responsible for 10% of our sales. You're the host and the server combined. You have to be accurate, possess an attention to detail, and be accountable. Once the guest pulls away, it's hard to correct an experience. Your relationship's all about building trust with the guest. Managers, let's keep it simple. It's about blocking and tackling, running 14 great shifts, positioning your team to be successful, ensuring that we're proactive, we're visibly engaged in the dining room, and that we're executing against our systems and our standards consistently, day in and day out. Every guest, every table, every day. You are the standards bearers. You are the keeper of the culture. You have to realize that the guest experience will never exceed the team member experience, so you are the culture keepers. Only as a team will our vision, our mission, and our core values be fulfilled because of you. A company is a promise. A brand is a promise. Reliability builds trust. Trust builds loyalty. Loyalty builds long-term success. Operations' job is to keep their promises. That's our role. And because of you, we will do that, and we will lead the way. I want to thank you for joining Team Shellstack Family Restaurants. Looking forward to seeing you in the field.